Hello and welcome to One Card Wonder Wednesday for today, December 5th, 2018. It's me, Valerie, and today we are going to be making this adorable card using the Festive Farmhouse Suite. I'm going to try to get my video to pull up. There we go. All right, and I used Mossy Meadow for the back of the card, the base of the card. I haven't put a piece of white, Whisper White inside, but before I finish the card, I'll have a piece of Whisper White inside for whitening on, just because it's a little bit of a darker cardstock and you just want to have that extra ability to write on the inside. It makes it a little bit nicer. So this is from, like I said, using the Festive Farmhouse Suite, which is in the holiday catalog, and I hope you enjoy the video. So the first thing I did was I cut my Mossy Meadow, and I cut it 4 1/4 wide by 11 long, and then I scored it in the center so I could make it a fold so it would stand up like so. And then I just folded it in half. And then I took that little truck stamp with the Christmas tree on it, and in a lot of the cards that I've seen, this has been the focal point, and I wanted to make it the background because I thought it would make a really cute background for the back of the stamp. So I used my Versamark ink, which when you stamp with your Versamark ink on the color of on a color of paper, you end up just with just a little bit darker shade of that color on the paper. So I just inked it up, and I just did one truck, and then I just kind of made, and you can see where it's a little bit lighter right now, but it'll darken up a little bit. And I just made a row of trucks, and this time I wanted to fill it in a little bit more than I did with that first card I made. So I'm just going to do a couple more trucks than I did on the first one. And then I just went ahead and just went down the other side as well. And it's a super simple technique using the Versamark because you can make any kind of designer series paper on the colored cardstock and it just turns out beautiful. And there we go. We just have a quick and easy background using that cute little truck from the Festive Farmhouse set. Hi Ingrid, how are you? I'm going to set that one aside, and I took a piece of, let me find where I put it, my piece of designer series paper, which was from the, I guess it's called Festive Farmhouse designer series paper. Let me grab it. I apparently set it on the other table because that's how my life goes. It's been quite a day. I've already misplaced 2 pairs of scissors, and now apparently misplaced my paper. So this was the stripe design, and on the other side it had a wood grain pattern, but I really liked that Mary Merlot and white design on the back. So I just put that in the triple banner punch, and it's 5 1/4 inches long by 2 inches wide, or I'm sorry, 5 1/2 long. And then I just took some of my snail adhesive, and I just did 3 strips across the back, one toward the bottom, one in the middle, and one at the top. You can go up and down the entire side, but that you use a lot of adhesive that way. And then I just kind of off-centered it over to the left and adhered that down. I also cut a piece of crumb cake cardstock, and I used the corrugated embossing folder, the dynamic one. And this piece of paper was 2 inches by 3 inches. And then I just ran it through the corrugated folder with the Big Shot. And I like the way this adds just that little bit of texture to the card, but it's not overpowering, but it gives it still that rustic feel. So after I cut that piece, I took some of the Festive Farmhouse twine, which comes in 3 different colors. It comes in, let me see if it lists it on here. Doesn't list it on there, but here it is in the book. It's Cherry Cobbler, Mossy Meadow, and Very Vanilla. And even though I used white cardstock on this paper when I do the sentiment, I just think even the Very Vanilla still looks great with this card. So I just wrapped it around, and I didn't measure. I just wrapped it around, and just so I have enough so I know I can tie it in a knot, and then I can cut it off a little bit if I need to. But I wrapped it around and tied it on the right-hand side. And you can't pull too tight because with the corrugated, it bends a lot. And you don't want to bend your piece of paper too much. And since these ones are a little bit longer on this side, I'll trim those off. I am really having quite a day. I should have used my other scissors, but I don't know where they are because I've lost 2 pair today. Hi, Chrissy, how are you? That's been my goal, is to find the 2 pair of scissors that I've misplaced today. So then I just flip that over and I put some dimensionals on the back, and I actually put 1 in each corner, and then I put 2 in the center area. I have a piece of paper floating around here. And then I went ahead and just attached this to the paper, to the card base, once you get all the little backings off from them. And I kind of set it just a little bit over the edge, so it's almost to the left of the card, left-hand side, but not quite. And there you have it. You have that little piece already stuck on, and I can see where I ripped it just a little bit when I was taking my thing off, but it doesn't matter because it still keeps that rustic feel. And then I used the Mary Merlot stamp, or ink, for the stamped sentiment, which says, "Wishing you a season full of peace, wonder, and love," and then it has Merry Christmas in the middle. And so what I do first is I always stamp that image first before I punch it, and make sure it's just got enough ink on it so it will show up nicely. And then I use the Starburst punch, which is one of my favorites. I just love this punch. I use it a lot. Between this punch and the triple banner punch, I think these are the 2 punches I use the most. So if you're gonna buy some, those are the good ones to buy, in my opinion. And that's pretty much it for the stamping. I mean, we're done. We've already stamped with the Versamark for our background. And like I said, on this card, I just added some more trucks just to give it a little more on the back. I wanted to see how that would look. And then I just put 2 dimensionals on the back of this piece. And then I also put a little line of snail down the center, because I also used the Farmhouse Framelit dies to cut out this little banner that's going to go on the back of this across the center, right underneath the Merry Christmas. And then once you get your adhesive off the back of your dimensionals, you just lay that right on top. And because the knot is over to the right, I kind of put that banner so it's just the left of the knot. So you have to keep that in mind when you're tying your knot around there too, but it's always easy enough to slide the twine around and move it. So anyway, that is today's One Card Wonder Wednesday. Sorry, I've been tongue-tied today. It's just not been my day, but I hope you enjoyed it. I hope maybe you'll try making this card. I think it's a fun one, and it would be something I would like to get in the mail. So maybe someone you know would like to get it in the mail as well. So have a great day, and I will see you next week for One Card Wonder Wednesday again. Thanks for watching. Bye.